As Season 15 of Gold Rush nears its climax, Episode 19, titled Another Man's Treasure, promises high-stakes decisions, unexpected obstacles, and a relentless push for gold. With time running out, each miner is forced to gamble on risky moves that could make or break their season. The pressure is at an all-time high, and every decision counts. In an industry where every ounce of gold matters, the miners are willing to take risks that could either lead to massive paydays or disastrous setbacks. Parker Schnabel revisits Dominion Creek. Parker Schnabel, always on the hunt for untapped riches, turns his attention to a forgotten section of Dominion Creek. The area may have been overlooked in the past, but Parker knows better than to dismiss its potential without investigation. With his 3-wash plant strategy already stretching his crew thin, adding another location could either be a stroke of genius or a costly distraction. Dominion Creek has historically been a gold-rich area, but Parker will need to determine if this particular section is worth the effort. Testing the ground requires time, equipment, and resources, all of which are already in high demand. His decision to explore this new area at such a late stage in the season raises some critical questions. Is he chasing a real opportunity, or is this a sign that even his most productive sites are beginning to show diminishing returns? Parker has always been known for his ability to read the ground and make calculated risks, but not all of his gambles have paid off. Given how much is at stake, it's a bold move that could either cement his success this season or prove to be an expensive misstep. The real question is whether this forgotten section of Dominion Creek holds enough gold to justify the extra effort or if it was left untouched for a good reason. Rick Ness expands his Vegas Valley operation. Rick Ness is pushing his limits once again. After a season of ups and downs, he decides to expand his operations at Vegas Valley, hoping to turn his operation into a true powerhouse. But expansion comes with risks, more equipment, more ground to cover, and more challenges to overcome. Rick's operation has been a roller coaster this season, with moments of success followed by crushing setbacks. Now, he is betting big on increasing his output. Expansion means bringing in more dirt, which requires more fuel, more maintenance, and more stress on his already hardworking crew. His decision to grow his operation could lead to his biggest gold haul yet, but it could also push his team to the brink. Unlike Parker, who has built a reputation as one of the most efficient miners in the industry, Rick has often struggled with logistical challenges. His leadership is being tested more than ever, and this expansion is a defining moment for his career. Can he keep his crew motivated and his machines running without major breakdowns? Or is he stretching himself too thin in a last-ditch effort to salvage his season? With only a few weeks left, there's no room for error. It's a bold strategy, and while the potential reward is great, the risks are equally significant. His operation has not yet proven to be as consistent as those of his competitors, making this expansion a high-stakes move. If it pays off, it could be the turning point that Rick needs. If it fails, it could put him even further behind and leave him struggling to recover. Kevin Beets faces a major setback. Kevin Beets is no stranger to tough breaks, but losing an excavator at the worst possible time is a nightmare even for him. Just as his pay pile runs out, the sudden equipment failure threatens to bring his operation to a standstill. With no gold left to process, every hour of downtime means money lost. Kevin must act fast to either recover the excavator or find a workaround before his season slips through his fingers. Excavators are the lifeblood of a mining operation, and losing one is a devastating blow. Without it, Kevin's team is unable to move dirt efficiently, putting everything at risk. Fixing heavy machinery in the middle of the mining season is never easy, especially with limited resources and harsh conditions. His ability to adapt and find a quick solution will determine whether he can keep the gold flowing or if his operation grinds to a halt. Kevin's challenge highlights one of the harshest realities of mining: no matter how well you plan, things can always go wrong. This is where experienced miners are separated from the rest. While Tony Beets, Kevin's father, has often found ways to turn setbacks into opportunities, Kevin is still working to establish himself as a leader in his own right. How he handles this crisis could define his season. With Parker chasing hidden riches, Rick doubling down on his claims, and Kevin scrambling to keep his season alive, episode 19 of Gold Rush is shaping up to be a thrilling ride. The miners are pushing themselves to the limit, but will their gambles pay off? Will Parker's forgotten ground turn into a gold mine, or just wasted effort? Can Rick handle the pressure of expansion without costly mistakes? And will Kevin find a way to recover before it's too late? This episode is a perfect reflection of what makes Gold Rush so compelling: uncertainty, high risks, and the relentless pursuit of gold. Parker, Rick, and Kevin are all at critical junctures in their respective seasons, and the choices they make here could define their legacies. One thing is for sure: Gold Rush fans won't want to miss this episode. Tune in to see who strikes it big and who faces disaster in Another Man's Treasure. As Gold Rush Season 15 moves into its final stretch, the mine owners find themselves in very different positions when it comes to their gold totals. With only a few episodes left, every decision matters. The race to hit their targets and secure a profitable season is reaching its most intense phase. Parker Schnabel has once again positioned himself as the top gold producer this season, with 4,593.90 ounces of gold valued at an impressive $11,484,750. However, his ultimate goal of 8,000 ounces remains a distant target. With only a few weeks left, Parker must more than double his current haul if he hopes to achieve his ambitious target. History has shown that Parker thrives under pressure, and he has pulled off big turnarounds in previous seasons. However, the scale of the challenge ahead makes this his toughest push yet. Can he turn this into one of his most successful seasons, or is his goal slipping out of reach? Tony Beets is inching closer to his 5,000-ounce target with a current total of 4,159.16 ounces, valued at $10,397,900. While Parker may have a higher total, Tony's proximity to his goal means he is in a far stronger position. With less than 1,000 ounces left to reach his mark, it seems likely that Tony will meet, or even surpass, his goal before the season ends. Tony has always been known for playing the long game, and this season is no different. While Parker is battling an uphill fight to reach his goal, Tony is well within striking distance of his own. Barring any major disasters, the Beets crew is set up for a strong finish. Rick Ness has had a challenging season, and his gold total reflects the struggles he has faced. With 951.85 ounces worth $2,379,625, Rick is far behind both Parker and Tony. Unlike previous seasons where he found ways to rally late, this year has been an uphill battle from the start. The decision to mine at Vegas Valley was a bold move, but it has come with significant obstacles. Unless he finds a way to drastically increase his yield, he may end up with a season that raises serious questions about his future in gold mining. At the bottom of the rankings sits Kevin Beets with just 312.00 ounces, valued at $780,000. This is a staggering gap compared to both his father Tony and Parker Schnabel. Kevin's season has been riddled with setbacks, including major equipment failures that have stalled his operation at critical moments. Despite coming from a family of legendary miners, Kevin has yet to prove that he can operate at the same level as his father. This season was an opportunity for him to establish himself, but so far, he has struggled to make a major impact. Unless he can pull off a late-season miracle, he is on track for a disappointing finish. With only a few weeks left, every miner must push harder than ever. Parker's battle for 8,000 ounces will be one of the most intense storylines to watch. Tony's march toward his goal should provide a satisfying conclusion to his season. Meanwhile, Rick and Kevin will need to pull off some incredible turnarounds if they hope to end the season on a high note.